Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam. Krishna Maharaj ki jai. Madhava Krishna ki jai. Vaishnava Vinda ki jai. I was just walking along the Yamuna, watching our cleaners trying to cope with the respective situation. Unfortunately, by looking, I could not understand what the government is doing there. Really, one needs to know the master plan. And we don't have that at this moment. I will further inquire with some of my friends. But they're putting out a huge area of cement, iron, ferro on a very low level. Then after that it goes higher. You can't tell what they're doing. It's not clear, the picture. We hope it will benefit the Yamuna in the end, which not. I just took a picture where they had still these small pipes running for the sewage water, but those pipes I ruined from many years ago. It never worked. So they still haven't run it. So it's not understandable what they are planning there.
Better to find out now. Better to find out now before they do some crazy thing.
Whatever they do, they will do anyway. But we will try to find out. You're right.
We should ask the mayor, no? He's your friend.
Good idea. Today is Saturday, no? We can try on Monday. But at least work is going on of some kind. Looking at Vrindavan, the development should be extraordinary because Vrindavan is undoubtedly getting extraordinary attention from the heart of Sanatan Dharma. It is appealing for so many reasons. Number one, because our Shakti-Avesh avatar put the entire world's attention to Vrindavan. But even today, there are so many famous sadhus like Premanandaji and others, and people are just looking what's happening in Vrindavan. So, and when they come to Vrindavan and when they see everything which Vrindavan represents, not only here in the physical sense of the parikrama, but in the overall contribution of the scriptures, the serials like Ramayana. Like yesterday I was told by Keshava Prabhu that the Ramayana has been translated to Spanish language. Radhesham. To Spanish language, the serial. So very interesting things, because that means through such a serial, thousands of people get exposed to the Vedic wisdom. Thousands of people get exposed to Krishna, Rama, Mahabharata, and also. So such an impact will not remain without any result. We saw in South America that even Bollywood dancing gained great popularity, and Bollywood dancing clubs were coming up in all the cities of South America. So everything which comes from India has a lot of charm, attraction. And yoga, meditation, I would think is the number one. Because everybody in this world is desperate. Desperate for getting out of this material world, or for finding a comfort zone at least. And some people sometimes think they found a comfort zone, but then later they turn out to discover there is no comfort zone. Every so-called comfort zone, some problem will appear. Like the Vedas say, there's adhyatmika, adidaivika, and adibodhika klesha. So some klesha will always find its way to you. Maybe too hot. Maybe the neighbor is always making noise and nagging. Maybe your foot pains every step you walk, so you cannot happily walk. Some klesha is gonna show you you're not here in the world which you were looking for. You're not here. This is not. So then what to do? Go and find the world you want to go to. Last not least, the entire world is all about journey, traveling. Every time we get up, our feet start moving, going somewhere. So our whole life we go walking to the family, walking to the job, walking to vacation, walking to find a teacher, walking. We are walking all life. It's a journey. We are meant to walk. That's why we got these legs. And they work pretty good. You know? We have already walked all over the place. So we are walking for what? To go to a place where we want to stay. That place we are searching for, where we want to stay. That is the place of a transcendental consciousness. It's a place of Jivan. Or Srila Maharaj calls it Prapanna Jivanamritam, the nectar of the immortal souls, the journey where we come into contact with the all-enchanting reality, Krishna Anushilanam, Krishna, sweet, sweet reality. And the sweet reality of Krishna includes your sweet constitutional position. Wow, how does that sound? A sweet constitutional position. A sweet constitutional place. A sweet constitutional master, beloved, friend, who will never forsake you. Somebody asked Jordan Peterson, a famous psychologist, they asked him, do you believe in God? And he said that it is better to live in such a way as if God exists. And if we take that into consideration, then that becomes a relationship with the invisible, with the supreme. Anyhow, he said a few more things, but can't recall exactly. But to ignore God and simply try to become temporarily happy in this material world with physical sense gratification, this is not very promising. Simply the material world and the material body does not cooperate with that. So therefore, we have to choose very careful where we want to go, not to just go uselessly into the world of the desert of material frustrations. No. By the grace of Srila Prabhupada, we can go very purposefully to the temple, to the sadhu sangha, to the devotional service, to any place where we can get Krishna's mercy. That's where we should go, and that's where we should engage ourselves. That's where we should stay. Because that is very rare to find. Very rare to find. But such a place we are looking for, and if you have found it, then become very, very useful. Do something wonderful. Not only as a sannyasi anyway. What else you have to do as a sannyasi? You already cancelled the material existence. Somebody called sannyas civil suicide. In the material world, you're finished. It's all ended. Nothing more there to be done. So, then in the material world, I have no more business. Good, then let's get engaged in the spiritual world, which means for us today, as followers of Srila Prabhupada, to preach substantially, really get something going in the world of preaching. Whatever that means, that individually you have to figure it out for yourself with the help of a good friend, good friends. But those who are grihastas, they may get very easily get diverted by thinking, what is the best study for my child? What is the best dress? What is the best position? Oh, I have to get a house in a better neighborhood. You get all your life entangled in doing this and this and this and this and this. You're never satisfied. Nor are you satisfied, nor is your wife satisfied, nor are your children satisfied. Nobody's satisfied. Really, it's like that. And so much envy. Oh God. The envy is everywhere. Even in the temples we find envy sometimes. What to speak in the material world. So for the grihastas, that is something only Prabhupada gave. Grihasta preachers. Yes, you can become a grihasta. Yes, you can, but put Krishna in the center. Make an ashram. Support an ashram. Preach. Look after the devotees. And maybe at some point you may even have to initiate devotees. Because that's what makes an ashram work. There's a love and trust relationship. Somebody wants to take shelter. Somebody wants to do devotional service. And somebody is supplying that possibility. Because to get somebody involved in devotional service means you yourself have to be engaged in devotional service so contagiously, so enthusiastically, that the other person says, wow, can I help? Do you allow me to participate in what you're doing there? Only then you will be able to share the nectar of devotional service with others, if you're yourself enthusiastically engaged in it. So to do that simultaneously while having a family, it means double effort. Grihasta preacher, it's definitely a double effort. But you can see in the material world that the Grihasta or the Kriamedis better said, they are always entertaining themselves in so many foolish activities, sports, and whatever they consider enjoyment. I mean, much better idea is to be engaged in some wonderful preaching activity. And anybody, I always tell the devotees in South America, if you lasted 5 years in Krishna consciousness, if you did sadhana and temple life and all that what it entails, if you lasted 5 years to that and you still like it, then you are capable of being part of the maximum decision platform of Krishna consciousness. There's not such, high level for decision making. Because the highest decision we are making is how to serve Krishna. The internal things set aside, what is internally developing in you. But whether we want to have a nice temple, a clean temple, an honest managed temple, whether we want to do, this is basic administration. Anybody who's a good devotee can be part of the decision making. Of course, according to the talents also they have. But in that sense, like if somebody is a grihasta, if he had some years of brahmachari training, he is a very, very great asset. Every day we becoming better assets for Srila Prabhupada and Krishna in the preaching. So if somebody is not preaching, he's a lost asset. He could, but he doesn't. Some mental excuse, no, I'm not going to do it. Nah, it's not so important. Oh, I'm not interested. No, when you will do something else, what to do? Nobody can stop. Nobody can stop the journey. And our journey is supposed to lead us to the service of the divine. Because service of the divine is our connection with the divine. Anyhow, this is a long subject. And I wanted to read the Srimad Bhagavatam today and hear something from Akinchana Maharaj, get some of his realization from his just recently Gormandal Parikrama with thousands of devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nijagrahau Yasavira Kalindik Vijaye Kvachit Nripalinga Darang Shudram Gnantam Go Mitunam Pada. Once when Maharaj Parikshit was on his way to conquer the world, he saw the master of Kali Yuga, who was lower than a Sudra, disguised as a king, and hurting the legs of a cow and bull. The king at once caught hold of him to deal sufficient punishment. Srila Prabhupada explains, the purpose of kings going out to conquer the world is not for self-aggrandizement. Now that's a very important sentence. Maharaj Parikshit went out to conquer the world after his ascendance to the throne, but this was not for the purpose of aggression on other states. He was the emperor of the world, and all small states were already under his regime. His purpose in going out was to see how things were going on in terms of the godly state. The king, being the representative of the Lord, has to execute the will of the Lord duly. There is no question of self-aggrandizement. Thus, as soon as Maharaja Parikshit saw that a lower-class man in the dress of a king was hurting the legs of cow and bull, at once he arrested and punished him. The king cannot tolerate insults to the most important animal, the cow, nor can he tolerate disrespect for the most important man, the Brahmana. Human civilization means to advance the cause of Brahminical culture, and to maintain it, cow protection is essential. There is a miracle in milk, for it contains all the necessary vitamins to sustain human physiological condition. For higher achievements, Brahminical culture can advance only when man is educated to develop the quality of goodness. And for this, there is a prime necessity of food prepared with milk, fruits, grains. Maharaj Parikshit was astonished to see that a black Sudra, dressed like a ruler, was mistreating a cow, the most important animal in human society. The age of Kali means mismanagement and quarrel, and the root cause of all mismanagement and quarrel is that worthless man with the modes of lower class men who have no higher ambition in life come to the helm of the state management. Such men at the post of a king are sure to first hurt the cow and the Brahminical culture, therefore pushing all society towards hell. Maharaj Parikshit, trained as he was, got the scent of this root cause of all quarrels of the world. Thus he wanted to stop it in the very beginning. Maharaj, can you give us some reflection on this?
So Maharaj Parikshit he look after our whole kingdom, whole Bharatvarsha. That is the empire. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, before he left, so he make him like he can look after this place. Because he knew that Krishna is already passed away. So he got the symptom. So now Yudhishthira was thinking this is our time to go. Let him do all this business. So means the human life, the first stage, that when we are young, 24, up to 25th we stay, it's like as a brahmachari. Then 50, if you can reach or sannyas, so then you have to be like a householder life after 50. After 50, you have to give up and you have to run away for your rest of life, what you have to do in your life. That is called Banprastha. What is the essence of life? That's the most important. That's called Banprastha. So you give up and go back to the forest and keep whatever you want to know, the absolute truth. So you have to chasing for that. Then it's called sannyas. When you are completely renounced, you don't need nothing to do anything in this world. Completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. That's his highest platform of their life. That is when someone study in school, it's like a primary, high school, college, university, then topmost study is the PhD. That is called sannyas. So that's the divide. That's actually Krishna is making that dharma should be varnashram dharma. is 4 steps of life. So, then Yudhishthira Maharaj is giving responsibility to Parikshit Maharaj to look after the kingdom. And he saw one day, then he went to his kingdom looking his, how they are, all this praja means like a, who is living in the society or in kingdom. So how they manage their life, how they doing their activities. Suddenly he saw that one black king and he was chasing 2 cows. One is bull and one is mother cow. And he knew, Parikshit Maharaj knew, must be he done something wrong because that there's 2 cows are steering and they're speaking each other. So how he got that situation? And they're talking each other and they're saying this, I cannot blame anyone because this is my activities. If he has activities, that's my karma. I cannot blame anyone. So, whoever to advance in Krishna consciousness, they have to know whatever situation coming, I cannot blame anyone. This is my previous activities that I have to react. Whatever suffer, whatever is coming, I cannot blame him. This is mine. I should get it. Then slowly I can advance in my Krishna consciousness. So anyway, so Parikshit Maharaj actually wants to his kingdom going to be all this never and every people can be happy like anything. But Dapur Yug, this almost finished. Then Kali Yug is arriving, age of Kali. Kali is like his business to making everybody's mind polluted by illusion. They think, oh, I am this body, all this bodily connection. So that's the cause of that, or lamenting. What is our lamenting? Lamenting coming from, I am the body, I need wife, I need my house, I need this, that. That's all, there's the causes coming from there. So, whoever to join in Krishna consciousness, they have to know we are not this body, we are the soul, we are the spirit. There's no lamenting business there. Only suffering who is already connecting with the bodily. So we have to get out from this bodily platform of life. How is that possible? By associate the great devotee, by hear Nityang Bhagavata Seva every day, hearing Bhagavat and by chanting. And mostly we have to be associated with the pure devotee. By associate them, then we can get mercy and we can become great too. So anyway, so after then Parikshit Maharaj when see, then immediately the Bhagavat started. That then the Koli, immediately, the king of Koli, immediately he surrendered to this Parikshit Maharaj. Look, whatever might make a mistake, but I just want to surrender, fully surrender to you. So when he surrendered to King Parikshit, so he not giving any punishment. So okay. So whatever you done, don't do it anymore and just get out from my kingdom. Then he's saying, all over the world is your kingdom, where I can go. So give me some place to stay. So okay, I give you 4 places. You can stay there. Where the gambling going on, where the killing going on, Satto dvaya tapo shaucha. Sattva means where the sattva, there is no sattva, there is no honesty, where the gambling is all dishonesty. So you cannot play gambling. If you want to develop your spiritual master, there is no gambling business. And can't hurt. Ahimsa paramo dharma. You cannot kill anyone. To survive in your life, you have to free from killing. Because you cannot give them life. You can kill if you give them life, but you can't. So better not. Sattodaya, tapa, you have to give your toxic. There is no smoking, no all this, no drug. So, and another things, no illicits. So the four place to give in college said, no, there is no space like to stay for me. Because that time we have to know how the people are pious. They're not engaged for things. There is nothing there. Then he's saying, he's begging, giving one more space. So then he giving, okay, where the gold and money and wealth is staying. Then he got. So in this Bhagavad, we got lesson today and we got instruction. So if someone wants to achieve their goal, so they have to be very sincerity. Because we got in this human life, we don't know how long we can be here. We can kicked out any times, any moment. That you have to repeating every day, 24 hours, and keeping in our mind. Look, this is not our place to stay forever. We have to. If I'm my real place, why I have to kick it out? That is called intelligence. Every day, every second, no, my death is out behind, so I have to kick it out anytime. So, what should I do? Ante Narayan Smriti. When we leave this body, we have to remember to Krishna, can't forget. That's we have to continue, always thinking, Krishna, 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 Krishna. So, that because we have to give exam, nobody coming to help me to giving our exam. What is the exam? When we leave our body. There is no love, there is no nothing. Someone you want to say to I love you, you want to die with me? No, you can't die. I don't want to die with you. That is that exam. So, if you want to give out, that's why you are practice here. Every day listening Bhagavad, every day chanting, every day we doing all spiritual activity. Just keep it in our mind, because only one thing, when we leave this body, only one thing going with us, that is mind. So we are here to purification in our mind by chanting, by listening Harikatha, by Bhagavad. So that's why we have to engage whatever spiritual activity we done, but same time we have to keep it chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Because we have to give exam. Because we have to get ready what type of body you have to get next. Isn't it? We're not full. If we are full, why we are in Vrindavan? We are here, only we are in Vrindavan. We're not chasing for money, we're not chasing for girls. We're chasing for Krishna. If you want to chasing for Krishna, you can get it. Like someone in one day, whole day working for you, so end of the week or end of the day, you have to give money. So similarly, if we are chasing for Krishna, you can get it. Krishna is here. But Rishabdev saying to his all 100 sons, Tapa Dibbam. He got a human body, now he got austerity. Don't waste your time. Always absorbing Krishna. Don't forget. So how is that possible? By associate with that type of devotee who is engaged himself 24 hours in Krishna consciousness, always chanting, always enthusiastic to do something for Krishna. So by associate with him, then you can get a power from spiritual strength. Just like in one day we are using one mobile, when this mobile run out the charge, we again charge. So similarly, we have to continue, we have to charging our battery. That's in Krishna consciousness. If he just one day, then he, next day, you think, no, I don't want to go to Mangala, I don't want to get up. No, you have to get your spiritual strength, so you have to always be with devotee. Because my very strong illusion. So, if we are always with that hearing Bhagavad and chanting and associated devotee, we taking prasadam, we can't get any food from outside. You have to stick to our life. Because you have to give an exam. What exam? Ante Narayan Smriti. That is our exam. So you get a pass, then you go back to our real home. You need to come back again, to suffer again. Isn't it? So we are grateful to be here in Vrindavan, especially our Maharaj here. He is trying to helping you how to go back to your real home. He's keeping trying, and every time I see him, how you is going your devotion life. So that is called Father. Yeah. Isn't it? So I'm glad to be with you guys, because I've seen you guys so enthusiastic and doing a lot of service for Krishna, especially in Vrindavan. Only fortunate soul can be in Vrindavan. And then we are in Vrindavan, we have 7 business to do it here. Either you stay in your country or home, or Vrindavan is same. So as that, Tannama Rupa Charitadis Kirtananu Smrito Kramena Rasana Manosinyajya Trishtan Braje Tadanuragi Jananugami Kalang Naeda Khilamittu Padesha Saram. All this Upadesh, all these scriptures, essence of the scripture, they are recommended by higher authority Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. He is written in nectar of instruction. If you understand Vrindavan, so you have to follow 7 things. Tannam, you have to chant every day. Tannam Rupo. Then in Vrindavan, 5,000 temple is there. Go and visit and see, because in Vrindavan, what Krishna done, he is playing his flute and he is stealing everybody's heart. That is his business. And he is stealing everybody's heart. Even all these leaves, flowers, trees, birds, all these living entities, all these gopils. What he done? He just simply is playing his flute and stealing everybody's heart. He just said, please Krishna, when are you going to steal my heart? I'm so suffering, because my mind, my heart is going everywhere. You have power, you done everything. So please, kindly, I'm alone, feeling alone. Nobody's look after me. I'm yours, you are mine. Please, just steal my heart. I want to request. Tannam Rupa Charitari. You have to listen every day in Bhagavad. Sukirtananu, dancing like anything, like a mad. Because we are dancing, make satisfied to Krishna, not for showing anyone. The Tannam Rupa Charitadi Sukirtananu Smrito, then whatever you done whole day, then just keeping remembering. Smrito, Kramena Rasana Manasiniyaja, your mind and speech in Bhakka. Don't speak with anyone. What for? I have to speak with you, man. Just want to speak with Krishna. And Krishna devotee. You have to promise to yourself, you have to be sincere yourself. You want to go back to your real home, so you have to be sincerity. Tannama rupa charitari sukirtananu smritto kramena rasanamanu siniyajya Trishtan Braje. Please stay in Vrindavan. Don't move from here. Trishtan Braje Tadunuragi Jananugami. Who is already loving in Vrindavan, his only business to just make satisfied to Krishna. He's done everything for Krishna. So just simply serve him. Then your life will be success. That is the essence of all the scriptures written by Srila Rupa Goswami Pad in Nectar of Instruction. So if you are staying in Vrindavan, so you have to follow. And seventh thing, you have to do it. Then your life will be success. Because I say already, then Vrindavan, that place where if you are in your country or in stay home, if you have to go to 25th floor, you have to by stepping one by one. And Vrindavan, just stay in lift, just put in switch and it will be gone. Within a couple of seconds, couple of minutes, you will be reaching in 25th floor. So that is in Vrindavan. This bhakti is all this devotion flowing here. Everyone chanting, everyone saying Radhe, Radhe, and tearing and crying and lamenting only for Krishna. That's our business to be here. 24 hours lamenting only for Krishna, nothing else. This way we can achieve our goal and we can go back our real home, easy way, easy process. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Maharaj. Radhe, 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 Radhe. So anyway, Maharaj is going to say something. And if you have any comment or anything, if you want to say something, I like to hear
Any
from you.
questions? Commentaries?
Gurudeva,
Yes.
la esencia de este sloka es que ya está infiltrada la influencia de Kali en la atmósfera y en nuestras mentes, ¿no? Da el ejemplo ahí que extraer la leche de una vaca es muy nutritivo, pero hoy en día esta influencia en la explotación hace que la leche no sea saludable o los gobiernos no sostengan saludablemente, ¿no?
Yes, it is a total disaster. Mahatma Gandhi said that cow protection, proper cow protection, can only work if the government is involved. I mean, the government, they would have to provide lands which may be not so rich for agriculture production, but they can feed animals and the society, and those cows who are not giving milk anymore, they can wander freely in the countryside, and this is one way. Special areas, under protection, of course. Otherwise, the cow protection on the individual farmers level is impossible because cows need approximately 1 hectare of food, of land. Maybe a little less if you grow food for them, big quantities, but approximately. So 1 hectare of land. Most farmers, they don't have a hectare of land. They have less. But then the cow must get pregnant. Otherwise, there's no milk. And then after 1 year, again pregnant. So the herd is growing if you have no land to feed them. So without a very proper organization from the government's help, the small farmer cannot do it. Even the temples cannot do it. At least I have not seen. We have some examples here in Vrindavan of Goshalas by big famous sadhus. They have thousands of cows. Whether that really works properly or not, I cannot tell it. We hope so. Anyhow, the idea of Goraksha, of cow protection, is there. But then there's also lots of greed and illicit activities with the cows going on. Lots, not little. So it's a big problem. For this Kali Yuga, the cow protection is really a big problem. I have not worked it out on my own little farm. I have had a few times cows, but like pets, not for milk production. To have a cow like a pet, okay? We feed you, we look after you, like a symbol of cow protection. But systematic cow protection, I was not able to pull it off. And when you have like 6, 7, 8 cows who don't give milk, it's a lot of work goes in there to look after them, to bring the veterinarian when they're sick and all that. No, it's really, really tough. Even in ISKCON, I've not seen the perfect example of cow protection. So it's difficult. I don't have a better answer.
En Ayurveda se dice que somos lo que comemos, ¿no? Y la leche, tal vez no aquí en Brindavan, ¿no? Pero la leche que se ofrece en este mundo de explotación, eso no es leche, porque nos afecta ese tipo de intervención hacia la vaca.
It's a big problem. And as I told you, the full answer, I don't have it. I have not been also supplied with the full answer. Different devotees have to take different attitudes. Some devotees have told me that, well, the cow is in a very difficult situation, but at least if we take a little of her milk and offer it to Krishna, that is the greatest benefit of the cow. So in this way, our service in Goraksha is that we take the milk and offer it to Krishna. But then again, it's also true what you say, especially most of the cows nowadays, they get injected to have a higher yield they give. So the cow milk is also contaminated. It's not pure cow milk. So it's a big problem. But then you see that the society is consuming so many cow products. So many lassis and sweet balls. The milk amount is huge, which is consumed in society. So, therefore, it's really a good question. How to do that? At some point, I proposed to the devotees, it's better we go vegan. But this is also not a pure answer. Why? Because the vegan people, they eat vegetables, and the vegetables, they're produced with cow dung on the fertilization of the land. So indirectly, they're also taking cow products. That's one side. And the other side is, if you are vegan, if everybody vegan, then the cows will all be dying. There will be no more cows because nobody will look after them. So it's a complicated subject. So by now we are just offering to the milk products to, for example, this deities here. When the Brahmin gave us these deities, he said, you must promise me to offer 1 liter of milk every day to the deity. Of course, we promised it, and we are keeping up the promise. And we are buying the milk from the market. Many people told me, why don't you have a little Goshala in here? And I said, it is not enough space. I could not, you see Tirtha Maharaj, he has even less area than we have. Also Madhusudan Maharaj, also less area, but they have a few cows, But how they handle it and what they do with the cows and the bull calves, they have no land, they are not have ox carts, they don't have service for the oxen, no? So it's complicated. And when we tried to go vegan, it was not possible. We were not able to do it. Some devotees, they became vegan, they're still vegan. Like Panchatattva is vegan. Also, Jivatarini, she's vegan. They stuck to it. They could see that was. But it's only a partial solution. Real solution is government has to take it. Because I studied the mathematics. The mathematics are, you have to maintain 100 cows so that you can milk 10 to 14. So you get the milk of 10 to 14 cows, but you have to maintain 100 cows because the other is not producing milk. Now, to maintain 100 cows is a certain amount of money required. That means the milk the 10 cows produce, that has to be the milk for maintaining 100 cows. But then a liter of milk is becoming immediately $6, $7. Now who's going to pay for that? When other people who do cow exploitation sell the milk cheap. So it's very complex. I mean, I don't have a satisfying answer for that. I wish I had. And it's uncomfortable. Because if the suffering of cows, like we have this very nice system here in Vrindavan, a very good system. The pilgrims come by, and there's like 7, 8, 9, 10 cows, and the owners of the cows are sitting there and they're buying green feed from the country. They say, go seva, go seva, go seva. So you give 10 rupees, buy some feed, and give it to the cows. And the owners who are getting that money and organizing it, they're taking the milk. Yeah. It's beautiful, no? Everybody's participating in cow seva in that way. But it's not a solution for all the milk consumption which is going on. It's rather symbolic. Another question.
How we have to take for us, to learn for us, that the personification, Kali personification was allowed inside gold, treasure, jewels. What is the meaning for our practice life?
The reason why that permission was given to Kali, because it's the age of Kali. It's part of the teachings of the Lord. You know this one thing, the cows are killed, the human beings are killed. Right now there's war going on. So my conclusion is that dying is part of the school of this world. Therefore, by Lord Krishna, who says, Sarva Mityu Saram, I'm death personified for everybody. We shouldn't make too much of the death issue. It's just coming and going. We want to stop it. We want to get out of the cycle of birth and death. But as long as we are not getting out of it, it's just going to go on. So what Krishna says, the wise, they don't lament for the living nor for the death. I think that is the key issue there. Because like some people, they want to be better than God. to say, why God allows so many people to suffer? If God is so merciful, how does he allow that? No? But it's not a healthy state of mind, because death is part of this creation. And whoever created this world, he has something in mind, and that what he had in his mind includes death after a certain period of karmic testing, studying, or paying one's karma. And then finished, next one. Finished, next one. So this is the system. So don't question the system. And those who are killing the cows, next lifetime they'll be the cow and they'll be killed. This is age of Kali, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. So therefore those who are drinking the cow milk, they are also getting some karma by doing so. But if they do offer it to Krishna and then distribute prasadam to many people, then that will be in their favor. You follow? Like that's why many devotees are not in favor of veganism, because they say, well, that means there's no more cows. If there's no more cows, if nobody breeds cows, then there's no more cows. Then you cannot offer to the ghee to the deity, you cannot offer madhupaka, you cannot, there's so many things you cannot do, which are part of Vedic society. Look, this is a ghee lamp, actually. Huh? So it's complicated. So if money is hoarded, that's a place of contamination. Where money is hoarded, the danger of corruption is very big. It needs a lot of trust and responsibility to manage money and not to use it improperly. We see that the whole world is, look what's going on in the world with this petrol business, It is the absolute madness. Real madness. They just steal from each other in one way or another. So this is where the money is hoarded, and where the illicit sex is. Illicit sex means unwanted children. Children, and you don't want to have them. It means those children are going to suffer like anything. Or you kill them. Imagine that. A baby killer. Father, mother who kill their own baby. It's unbelievable, but it's going on. It's even going on in India. People have abortions here in India. They call it MTP, medical termination of pregnancy. And it's not against the law. In other words, we are in the land of Dharma, but MTP, killing babies, is allowed. This is a bad karma for this government, for this society. If the society is officially allowing children to be killed, that means they are carrying that karma. In Germany, they kill the children also, but it's officially not allowed. You imagine the German dharmic laws are more strict than the Indian laws? What a contradiction. So this is there. So illicit sex and promoting illicit sex is just means promoting suffering of children. If you say the word sex, you can immediately say sex children. So people want to take sex and enjoy, but forget the children. It doesn't go that way. It goes sex, children. So then there's children. That means there has to be protection. There has to be appropriate protection. That's as simple as it is. So that an intoxication, where there's intoxication, people immediately go half crazy. And we have seen that. Nowadays there's such a big fashion in the world with ayahuasca or other things like San Pedro. And what people say, they say these are mind or kind of spiritualizing hallucinic substances. I can talk a lot about it because, first of all, I was a hippie before. We were thinking smoking marijuana and taking LSD was mind expanding. That was our slogan. Mind expanding drugs. Who doesn't want to expand his mind? If you think I'm smoking or I'm taking this pill, my mind will expand, and everybody will want to do that. And that's how I, in my youth, was also attracted to the mind expanding drugs. But what happened to the mind expanders? Well, either they ended up in the madhouse, or in the jail, or in suicide, or in a catastrophic situation. In other words, these drugs, they're not mind expanding. They're self-destructive and family destructive. No, when it came to South America and all the psychedelics, natural psychedelics from the plants, it is like some indigenous cultures, they're taking certain substances and sometimes they call it medicine. Now, every plant has medicinal properties. Properly managed by a proper expert of that, they may be, or there are, medical properties even in ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is a laxative, it is like for digestion, help, etc. Ayahuasca becomes a problem when it is taken together with another plant called Shatrum. I forgot the other name of. When it creates an alkaloid, which is equal to DMT. This is another chemical drug. So that puts people in a far out intoxicated state, and this is the ayahuasca intoxication. Now, they argue in favor of that because indigenous people took that. But this is nonsense. Indigenous people, like you say, I'm drinking wine because the monks in the monasteries, they also used to drink wine. But it doesn't make wine good for the spiritual life or anything. It's nonsense. So I can definitely tell that those who take ayahuasca 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 100 times, 200 times, they are not making spiritual advancement. I've seen them. They can not even become vegetarian. Yes, some are vegetarians and then they start taking that stuff, but it does not help spiritually. I've seen it 100,000 times. It's just an excuse. It's just an enjoyment. And it's like, oh, so easy. I'm so much full of problems. I go to an ayahuasca session and then I will be jolted into some superior consciousness. Not true. Not true. But dangerous. But very dangerous. I can testify for that. I know people who have taken ayahuasca and in the ayahuasca intoxicated state, they decided to kill somebody and they killed somebody. And after they came out of the drug, they said, oh, what did I do? What did I do? Now you became a murderer in the ayahuasca. And then, it's only one type of thing which can happen. I've seen so many things. Suicides also. Mistreatment. Ayahuasca is not illuminating nobody. It may give you some experiences which are far out. Like you see, the same thing ayahuasca does or what other drugs do. Now they're getting these things chemically done. Now you just buy a pill the pharmaceutical industry is intoxicating half of the humanity. And nobody's benefited by that. The best example is fentanyl, which is actually a horse drug, was made for horses. When you make surgery in horses, it's so strong that the horse gets like, almost like paralyzed or anesthesia. So people now, they're buying this fentanyl drug, they take it, and for hours and hours they forget everything outside. Everything is destroyed. In Australia they have fentanyl.
I think so.
You see these people hanging in the street like this?
Yes.
Huh? Horrible. Snow. And those people who are promoting drugs, or even those, why people love ayahuasca? I tell you why. Because it's a good business. You make, oh, we have an ayahuasca session. Oh, we have an ayahuasca session. Come. Yes, you have to pay $30, and somebody takes the money, gets ayahuasca. And take the substance, and then you get very spiritual and very advanced and very generous or whatever. I would take it also. I would prescribe it to others also, but I've not seen. Nothing. The owl bowls, they take something.
Yeah, must be just marijuana.
Huh?
Just marijuana.
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 Yes. Here in Vrindavan, they take, Vrindavan is famous, also marijuana they're taking.
This all comes of drugs.
Guru Maharaj, que hay prashad de Mayapur, de Yogapit, no sé si quiere.
You distribute, please. Distribute to all those who have not been to Mayapur. We just come from the land of the Mahaprasada. Of course, Vrindavan is also lots of Mahaprasada.
Pero póngale pues si me quieres.
Desayuno, mejor.
It's a sad story because you say why Kali Yuga was allowed to reside in these things, because that is the test we have to pass. That Srila Prabhupada made it so easy, he said. 4 regulative principles. No sex without children or wanting to have children. No intoxication. Simple as that. No gambling. And to have money and not use it for Krishna is a type of gambling. Just money, 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 and no, you have to use money for the Supreme. And no meat eating. So no meat, fish, and eggs, finished. And that is what Prabhupada told us. Like it's such a simple 4 promises. Is it difficult to follow the 4 principles? Whether not or yes, but you should follow them anyway. Yes, Dev.
You just a few minutes ago you were talking
Speak a little louder.
A few minutes ago you were talking about ayahuasca and shaman, but lots of gurus are there in India who they are encouraging about ayahuasca and shaman life. So
Yes, they are cheaters.
they are cheaters, right?
Absolutely. Because just like there was this one guy, Osho,
Yeah.
he was very famous. In Osho's ashram, if somebody wanted to have sex with you, you could not say no. That was against the rules. You had to accede to have sex with others. He got millions of followers. All those who wanted to have lots of illicit sex, they went to Osho. Millions of people, yeah. So in India, you might find all kinds of cheating, but we are following Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said no. And traditionally, no. Brahminical life, in Brahminical tradition, marijuana is not part of anything, no. But there's those people who want to be intoxicated, so they find a way. One time I was talking to Soham Baba. Soham Baba was from the Junakar, he was a Mahamandaleshwara. That means of the Naga Babas. He was one of the big chiefs. And then he said, yeah, but it's very frustrating. All these Naga Babas, they're all drug addicts. So he was the guru of them, but he was complaining that his disciples are only drug addicts. So, I don't know. Lucky enough, we met Srila Prabhupada, and he made clear, no drugs for spiritual enlightened life. Okay. Jai Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.